Let's go to Alice Springs now and catch up with Jacinta Price, who we've often spoken to. She heads up the Indigenous program at the Centre for Independent Studies. She's been a councillor at the Alice Springs Council and this week was elected Deputy Mayor. Jacinta, congratulations, the first Indigenous woman to hold that position.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's I'm very humbled and very honoured, and it's very exciting when I first came to Alice Springs Town Council back in 2015 and was elected as a councillor, because at that time my mother, of course, was the Minister for Local Government, and I was in fact sworn in by her at that time, which again, another wonderful historical moment of a Warrior mother and daughter, if you like, in those two positions. And now I'm very pleased to be able to serve as Deputy Mayor.
Now, it's a wonderful, wonderful town, Alice. I can't wait to get back there. And I know how much you love the place and your country and your people. But there are, from time to time, some really, really deep-seated problems in the Alice. What are they, and what are you hoping that you can do at that local government level to help combat them?
Sure. We certainly are dealing with a lot of issues of youth crime and property crime. We have a lot of youth on our streets here in Alice Springs. There was, during the lockdown and when individuals were back in their communities, we saw a quietness come over our town. And since the biosecurity zones have been lifted and things have been relaxed due to the fact that we have no COVID cases here, we haven't had any in Alice Springs for some time now, we're seeing the situation change again, where kids are back on our streets. We've had a number of big events take place in our community, but it's always been a concern with regard to child safety, certainly, and ensuring that we can bring down the levels of crime in our communities. And if this position means that I can continue to lobby for further support, whether it's lobbying the territory government to do more in their capacity to deal with these issues and work with community members, work with the town council, then I'll certainly be doing that, and also pushing on the issue of child safety, which is something that's been close to my heart for quite some time now. And
sure
so if this gives me the opportunity to be stronger on that, then that's what I'll be able to do.
Yeah, give us a sense of the community safety, just what sort of crime problems there are in Alice Springs now. I know I was there 10 years ago with one of my adult sons. We stayed across the Todd at the casino, I think, and we were told, I thought we'd walk across the bridge into town to get dinner, and they said, don't walk, it's too dangerous. Would you suggest that people are safe to walk around the streets at night and go and get something to eat?
Well, I'm having a lot of locals telling me that, they don't feel necessarily safe at the moment to go out into the community. There are lots of groups of young kids around late at night when they certainly shouldn't be. A lot of businesses are concerned with the impact in terms of the vandalism that's taking place, stolen vehicles. At night time, sometimes it's difficult to sleep because you can hear the sirens going off at night, and you're wondering whether it's another stolen vehicle that's being pursued or what's going on. And
apart from the social changes, do you need more policing?
And so we had a deputation from police the other night, and I know that they're trying to do everything they possibly can to deal with this situation. Certainly we could always do with more police, and given the COVID situation, a lot of our police have been redirected in terms of managing borders and that sort of thing. And so it would be good for our police to certainly have more support. We would welcome more recruits. I know that there have been a number of recruits just being brought on, but certainly we could always deal with more, and particularly out in communities themselves. Those relationships are really important in terms of community police, and communities are always asking for more police and long-term members to stay in their communities to build on those relationships. And there can always be room for improvement in terms of policing.
Now, I mentioned my son a moment ago, and just talking about youth getting ahead, a bittersweet day for you today with your son Declan graduating Year 12 here in Sydney, but of course because of COVID you're stuck in the Alice and couldn't be there.
Yes, it was a very emotional moment for me watching the video of him graduating there in Sydney and not being able to be there. I've got three of my own sons and a stepson, and for Declan, he is my youngest that I've given birth to, and he's been the first that I've not been able to attend his graduation because of the COVID situation. And I know certainly he was feeling the fact that while he had many members of his school community who were like aunties and uncles to him there supporting him, he certainly felt the fact that we weren't there for him as a family. But, I want to tell him, if he's watching, congratulations, son. We're incredibly proud of you, and we're certainly there in spirit for him today. So
we just had a photo up there of him with his grandma, Bess Price, of course, your mum, who there's Bess, who used to be a territory politician. So there's Declan. Great pics there, and certainly congratulations to him. Thanks for sharing that with us, Jacinta.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris.
Jacinta Price there. Now, the Deputy Mayor of Alice Springs, all power to her.